Hello, viewer, and thank you very much for joining us on GBS Morning Extra. It is the 30th day of the month of September 2019, and this day means a lot to many people. It is one of the days that Kenyan traders fear the most, the end of the use of the 1,000 Kenya shillings note, the old 1,000 Kenya shillings note. And we'll be following up on that story to bring you more on that. But today, being a Monday, we have with us a guest in studio who will be discussing with us politics, and to be more particular, the Kibra politics. This is a guest that I know that you, my viewer at home, has been waiting to listen from. But before we go into that, first stories first. We focus on a story that gave Kenyans some kind of glory last week on Friday, when President Uhuru Kenyatta hailed a decision by the International Automobile Federation, the FIA, to include the country's fabled Safari Rally in the World Championship from next year. Kenya has worked hard to get its rally back onto the world circuit after it fell off in 2002 due to concern over safety, organization, and finances. The FIA announced in a statement on Friday that Kenya would be included in the 14-round World Rally Championship in 2020, following an e-vote by the World Motorsport Council. The Safari Rally was started at an Eastern Africa competition between Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania to celebrate the coronation of Britain's Queen Elizabeth II in 1953, and was considered one of the world's toughest rallies, covering over 1,000 kilometers across rugged East Africa savanna. The competition attracted top overseas drivers.
The promoter also is there to witness. Let's appreciate
with Drew Starrick in the Skoda. He's won the Africa Rally Championship for the last 2 years.
The Safari Rally, as it's known today, was first held in Kenya in 1953 to commemorate the coronation of Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It started as the East African Safari Rally, traversing the 3 East African countries of Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. The rally developed to become the toughest rally in the world and was regarded a true test of man and machine. In 1973, the Safari was admitted to the prestigious International Automobile Federation World Rally Championship, held within the boundaries of Kenya. The Safari Rally continued to enjoy International Automobile Federation World Rally Championship status until the year 2002, when the event was dropped from the World Rally Championship and relegated to the African Rally Championship. Before my administration assumed office in 2013, I made a promise to the people of Kenya to return the Safari Rally back to the International Automobile Federation World Rally Championship family. This process has taken us 7 years. It is my pleasure today to announce to the people of Kenya and Africa that this process has been concluded and the Safari Rally has been included in the International Automobile Federation World Rally Championship 2020 calendar, making the return of the World Rally Championship to Kenya and Africa after 18 years of waiting. My administration will continue to work with the relevant bodies to ensure that the 2020 Safari Rally and successive events thereafter are hosted successfully. It is therefore my pleasure to lead all the people of Kenya in welcoming the 2020 International Automobile Federation World Rally Championship Kenya Safari Rally back to our land and nation. I thank you, and God bless you.
Well, moving on, we delve into some politics now. Deputy President William Ruto has warned that any attempts to change the constitution without involving Kenyans will fail. The DP said that it is high time that politicians learn from the Ekuru Okoth Punguza Mzigo bill that received resistance from many county assemblies. While indirectly referring to the ongoing Building Bridges initiative, whose team is compiling a report for a possible referendum push, Ruto said Kenyans are tired of few people sitting in high-end hotels to make decisions for them. He said in this century, leaders should be focusing on improving infrastructure, economic growth, and empowering their people to rise above the glaring poverty in the country.
Hatuwezi kuwa tunapanga mambo ya viongozi Jumatatu mpaka Jumatatu, mwaka mpaka mwingine, uchaguzi mpaka mwingine. Hatuwezi, we will be selfish people and we will be selfish individuals and selfish leaders if we are going to prosecute matters, leaders, positions and power and leave the pertinent issues that concern ordinary people, the education of their children, the water programs that serve ordinary women in rural places, the electricity connection that must be connected to every home in Kenya, the training of millions of young people to equip them with skills and competencies to make them employable and to make them citizens that can meaningfully contribute to the development of our nation. And therefore I want to ask all these leaders who are discussing all these things, please, for the sake of 45 million Kenyans, let us shelve all these debates. And in any case, those who want to change the constitution must now understand and must read from what happened to the Punguza Mzigo, that it is no longer possible to use shortcuts and to use means that avoid ordinary Wanjiku, Nafula, Chepkemboi, and Aisha to be able to change the constitution.
Now, still in politics, we go down to Kibra. As the campaign for the Kibra by-election intensifies, candidates are hitting the campaign trail with loads of promises from the aspirants. Jubilee Party candidate McDonald Mariga was in Kibra to try and woo voters. He was accompanied by other Jubilee leaders. Mariga seemed to make a ton of promises to the electorate there. Let's listen in.
Sisi tunakuja kwa unyenyekevu, tunakuja kuuza sera, tunasema tunataka Mariga ashike vijana wetu, ashike kina mama zetu, haswa kina mama wengi mtaani ni single mothers.
Tunataka mahali Ken Okoth amewachia tuishike vizuri na tuimalizie, si ndio? Education ifanywe vizuri na watoto wetu wapatiwe basari bila ubaguzi wowote.
Tumekuja hapa kuomba hii miaka 3 ambayo imebaki, mtuchagulie mheshimiwa Mariga ndio afanye kazi na serikali usiku na mchana, si ndio?
Mimi sipendi kuongea mingi, napenda kuongea kidogo alafu kazi ni.
Still in Kibra, a video that has been in the social media and has been trending of the Rachel Shebesh, who is known to be a cabinet, a minister in the Uhuru government, but was seen to be openly campaigning for the ODM party candidate, Imran. This has raised many questions as to the boundaries of which, campaigns can be done. And the video actually raised a lot of concern because this is a Jubilee Party elected member in the cabinet, that is, and she was openly campaigning for Imran. This is not the first time. We've had members of the Jubilee Party campaigning openly for Imran in Kibra. Let's just listen into a bit of that video and then we'll come back to you.
Hakuna siku mtaamshwa mapema. Ati kukimbia mahali kumedhoka. Hakuwezi kudhoka.
Kama barabara kufungwa.
Hakuna mahali itakuwa imeharibika because Uhuru anakaa pande Raila na Uhuru anakaa pande na Raila anakaa pande. Kenya hii Ile ndoto watu walikuwa naota kwa kichwa hapa nyuma, lakini tulikuwa tunafikia iwezi happen. Ni Uhuru na Raila kuja pamoja. Sisi tuna support handshake katika Kibra. Na sisi tuko na heshima kubwa na Raila Odinga saa hii, hata tuwezi kuchezea. Kibra, msiende na stories za fake, nenda na story ya true. Nenda na story ya true, muende ground mseme tu roho safi, roho safi. Sisi handshake hatutoki. Na hatutaki kuharibu any hope ya handshake, and Kibra is the testing.
Well, quite interesting how the Kibra politics is taking twists and turns. We will get back to that Kibra debate, because today with us in studio is a candidate that you definitely have been waiting for, and we want to hear from him his views on the same and also his own plan for the Kibra constituents. But we now move on to central parts of Kenya, where panic gripped Watanga village in Kirinyaga County after the body of a policeman was found in his house on Sunday morning. Constable Gerald Ngigi, 32, was found hanging from the roof of his bedroom. Residents say that the officer's wife, Janet Wakatima, was in church when her husband's body was found by the children. The officer was based at the Itabua police station in Embu County. Residents suspected foul play after the officer had an injury on his head. And now to a tragic incident that gripped the country yesterday, when a car slipped off the ferry and fell into the water in the Likoni ferry passage. We have some footage of that. We'd just like you to take a look at this, and then we'll be back.
Nishafanya hii kazi ya diving, nishanipeleka paka shaenda paka nje kamsamia Malikia na mkono wangu. Nikirudi hapa sherehe zinafanywa kubwa kubwa. Wakubwa kija juzi Uhuru amekuja kufungua blue economic hapa. Nilizuiliwa hata kuingia kule ndani. Fisheries. Nilizuiliwa kuingia fisheries namba sina kibali. Sasa hivi tutakwenda na maji huku. Mimi na Pimindo wa kwanza kupigiwa simu, bana Musa uko wapi? Naona. Na wengi maisha tu ndani ya maji ataona hisabu. Na ukija nikipata kufanya ile kazi ni thawabu. Thawabu nimezipata mpaka sasa nimechoka na thawabu. Zile thawabu ambazo nimezipata nimechoka na thawabu. Sio pesa. Unaona bwana. Niko na vijana na wako wengi. Sio tamote Musa kishakufa, kwa Musa mwingine yuko wapi? Wako vijana ambao kwa matreni. Kama sio mimi, vijana wapatiwe ajira wafanye kazi. Na kuna kazi ambao kwa Coast Guard ambayo iko sahihi. Hao Coast Guard sahihi wangekuwa washashughulika washakuja hapa kulingana na majanga.
Hawezi. Serikali ya Kenya twaomba Kenya Ferry waandike madaiva. Kwa sababu wasipoandika madaiva, leo imetokea baada ya miaka miwili kuna gari ilizama ambaye ilikuwa ni chief accountant wa KPA. Na hatuna njia nyingine ya kuvuka, ni ferry. Kwa hiyo tuomba serikali, huyu kijana ni kijana daiva mzuri sana na hatuwezi kukubali kupoteza daiva. Lazima apate insurance ndio inge pale, lazima apate mkataba. Leo waambia mtu enda kwa mtu ni story, hawalipwi. Huyu ni daiva mzuri sana, tusidanganyane.
Incident imetokea leo mnamo kama saa 12:30 ambapo kuna gari aina ya Isis Silver ilikuwa imetoka upande wa Likoni mainland inakuja upande wa island ikiwa ndani ya ferry. Hiyo gari kulingana na eyewitness ilikuwa na kina mama wawili hapo ndani. Driver ni mama pamoja na passenger pia ni mama, na huyo driver alikuwa ameweka mtoto kwa mguu. Hiyo gari imeweza kupiga reverse na ikatoka kwa kasi ikaingia kwa maji.
We follow up on that story and bring you more details. Police reports say that there were 4 occupants in the said vehicle. Still staying in the coastal region, the ODM candidate who stepped down in favor of Ruben Katana defected to Malindi MP's camp, Aisha Juma, as they campaign for the Ganda ward by-election heightened. Let's listen in.
Our number one agenda ni service kwa watu wa Uganda. Na mimi nataka nimshukuru sana ndugu yangu Juma Kingale ambaye aliliwaza hilo swala na akaona kwamba watu wa Uganda kwanza, mambo mengine baadaye. Kwa hivyo mimi nakushukuru sana na Mheshimiwa Abdulrahman, mimi nataka mshirikiane na muhakikishe ya kwamba watu wa Uganda wamepata huduma. Kusema ule ukweli ni jambo la kupongezwa sana, kwa sababu sisi wote tunapoenda kwa uchaguzi huwa tunaenda kwa uchaguzi tukiwa na ahadi za kwamba wananchi tunaenda kuwapea huduma ama services, na ni mengi ambayo Mheshimiwa Abdulrahman ameyafanya. Mimi mwenyewe nilipoamua kumuunga mkono nilijua kuna kazi ambayo amefanya kwa watu wa Uganda, na endapo atapewa hii nafasi tena basi atamaliza ile mipango aliyokuwa nayo. Kwa hivyo nakushukuru sana Juma, pamoja na wale wenzako wote ambao mlikuwa nao, na nikwambie karibu na tufanye kazi pamoja kwa sababu ya watu wa Uganda.
And now to some other matters. The Parliamentary Investment Committee has raised questions over how the Kenya Ports Authority deposited over 3 billion Kenya shillings within a period of 3 months in the collapsed Chase Bank. Chase Bank was a large financial service provider in Kenya with an estimated asset valuation of approximately 1.428 billion US dollars. That's about 142 billion Kenya shillings as of December 2015. At the time, shareholders' equity was valued at over 119.7 million Kenya shillings.
Which will provide listings of all the directors and shareholders. Failure for them to do that, we will write to the registrar of companies and we'll be able to get that. We are not going to, I'll not give a definite time frame, but of course we want to, like I said, I want to get to see the copies of the titles. We'll now then execute them and know what is the current basis in court. Then we can be able to get a decision on that. Some of the issues that are there currently with Kenya Ports Authority, of course, the debts that they have, those are very, very current issues. And again, this is for the year up to ending 2015. When we go further for the 16, 17, 18, you will realize that there are new items that are there. And those are the items that are actually more current. So currently we have just finalized up to the year ending 2015. From there will be other
news item brings us to the end of the first segment of the GBS Morning Extra. Remember to keep the conversation going. Our hashtag is GBS Morning Extra. Our Twitter handle is, of course, @KenyaGBS. Now, as I promised earlier, today with us in studio is none other than Eliud Owalo, who is the ANC candidate for the Kibra by-election ticket. Now, before we get him in studio, of course, he's already here with us. Let's first take a short break, and we are going to look at this new segment that we've introduced to you today in history.
Assessment of education is based mainly on knowledge gained by students studying fiercely. With their busy lives, people are unable to spare time in today's competitive society. People are living without hope for the future. This creates social problems in the absence of education mindsets.